know what you whisper. They have lost their protector. Now is our time to strike.
You saw an underwater empire.
This is what destruction sounds like.
Yes, but these people are dangerous.
There is a new world power at play.
Are you an ally or an enemy?
He's coming for the surface world.
I don't think I can lose, brother. Blessed to be blacker than an African. In a world where they tell me I'm inadequate. You got some nerve. You got some nerve. Ask me why I walk around with attitude. 400 years I was born to be mad at you. The dirt, the mud, we were set to succeed. The blood won't believe. This is what destruction sounds like.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another movie review. I'm so happy that you can join me today. So this weekend is Veterans Day weekend here in the US, and I just want to start off by saying a big thank you to all our veterans for their service and for their sacrifice. All the veterans here in the country and for our veterans around the world, a big thank you. It means a lot to me. So this weekend is the theatrical release of Wakanda Forever, the sequel to the 2018 film Black Panther, starring Angela Bassett, Letitia Wright, Danai Gurira, and Lupita Nyong'o. This is probably one of the most anticipated films of the COVID pandemic era, if not the most anticipated film. As we all know, the actor who played Black Panther, Chadwick Boseman, passed away in August 2020 during the worst of the pandemic, and his death left a big void with Black Panther fans and Marvel fans. So the question everyone asked was, who is going to play Black Panther in the sequel? So we found out that the writer-director Ryan Coogler decided to rewrite the sequel and not find an actor to replace Boseman. So the sequel answers the question, was that the right decision to make? So without giving away anything, without giving away the ending, and we're going to keep this movie review spoiler free, let me give you a general synopsis of what Wakanda Forever is about. So the film starts off with the funeral of King T'Challa, and then it jumps a year later, and you see how Letitia Wright's character, who plays T'Challa's sister, Shuri, you see her dealing with the death of her brother, and also the Queen, played by Angela Bassett. You're also looking at how she's dealing with the death of King T'Challa. So you're wondering, what does Wakanda look with their king gone? And Shuri, buries herself into her technological pursuits, and the Queen is a little bit worried about her and her psychological well-being. So during this mourning period in Wakanda, somewhere in the Atlantic Ocean, they find the American scientists and American intelligence find out that there is vibranium located in the bottom of the ocean, and they are attacked by a group of blue-colored people, and they're not quite sure what is going on, and they are not familiar with this group of people. There is a nation living in the sea, and they're ruled by the serpent god Namor, who is the villain or the antagonist of this film. And you find out that he has access to vibranium. So prior to the attack on the attack in the Atlantic Ocean, everyone was under the impression that only Wakanda had access to vibranium. And so the serpent god, Namor, pays a visit to Wakanda, and he has a conversation with the queen, and he is explaining to her that they need to team up because his nation is under survival threat from the Americans and from the world located on the surface. So at first, the queen is a little bit hesitant to join him, and eventually they go toe to toe, and things come to blow. So let's see, what's my score for this film? This is a tough one because I was mentally prepared to give this film 5 out of 5 stars because of the hype that was surrounding this film before the theatrical release. This film to me has some flaws, so I cannot give it 5 out of 5 stars. So what I will do is I will give this film 4 out of 5 stars. A few things. Number one, some people were complaining about the time length of the film. The film clocks in at 2 hours and 41 minutes. And in my opinion, I actually thought that the film was pretty edited well. It was, the editing was tight. So I understand why the film is that long, and I think that it's warranted. What kind of bothers me about this film is, again, without giving anything away, something happens halfway through the film, and I found the film to be a little bit on the grim side, and also a little bit on the dark side. So the certain scenes in the film, to me, needed more light. I didn't like how certain scenes were so dark. And then there's also the tone of the film. I thought that it was more grim than I would like it to be. And the film did not have enough comedy. So for me, it's definitely an action hero film. The action is there, the adventure is there, but it was just a little bit too grim, a little bit too sad for me. Not enough comedy in the film, and also certain scenes should have had more light to them. So yeah, those are a couple of my issues. And in my opinion, if you're going to start the film off with the death of King T'Challa, me personally, certain parts of the film later on, I did not, I was not happy with the way events progressed. There were a couple of scenes in the film where you're just kind of like, oh, okay, they did that? All right. So yeah, it's a little bit it's very depressing. And so the question is, would the film had been better if T'Challa was replaced, or I should say, if Chadwick Boseman was replaced and they continued to have T'Challa written in the story? Would that have been better? In certain ways, yes. Depending on how things progressed in this story, somebody who starts off in the film, you don't find them at the end of the film. Yeah, it got too sad for me in the middle of the film, for reasons that you'll understand when you watch the film. So please watch the film for yourself and let me know what you think in the comments. Okay, did you enjoy the film? You know, would you prefer if Chadwick Boseman was replaced by another actor? So let me know. But overall, yeah, I mean, I have to respect Ryan Coogler's decisions when it comes to this film. And it's a very strong film. The acting is strong by the entire cast, and there's a couple of surprises. So overall, it's a very strong film, but it's not as good as the first Black Panther. So that is all for now, my friends. And I will see you next time with another movie review. Until then, have fun at the movies.